Hi guys, it's been 5 weeks now since my gastric sleeve surgery, and last week was my 1 month appointment. And remember, I don't know if you remember, but I talked about being in a stall that week. I felt like I hadn't been losing as much as I had the previous weeks. Went into my 1 month appointment, and that week I'd only dropped 5 pounds, so that was a little bit of a bummer to me, even though I knew I was in a stall and it was to be expected. However, 3 days later, I dropped 10 more pounds, and today, 1 week later, I've dropped a total of 12 more pounds. I am down a total of 44 pounds in 5 weeks. So I'm really happy with how this surgery is progressing. I'm happy with how I feel. I have more energy than I've had in at least 20 years. You would think with as little as I'm consuming in a day that I would be weak, I would be tired, I would be dizzy, but I'm not. I feel really good. And Stalls is something I wanted to touch on again with you today. Don't be, don't let them fool you. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you depressed. I know how it feels to be in a stall, and even when you know better, you'll still feel like you're not doing everything that you can be doing to lose the weight, because in the past, if you're like me, you felt like, here I go again, another failed attempt. But that's not it at all. Don't let your mind deceive you. Um, I was so surprised to drop 10 pounds 3 days later. I had my husband to weigh. I just knew the scale was wrong. Even though I had, as soon as I'd come home from my surgeon's office, I stepped on my scale just to see how accurate it was, and it was precisely the same weight as my surgeon's scale. So, but even then, I still couldn't believe I'd lost 10 pounds in 3 days. And another thing that I want to talk to you about is, don't believe what the mirror says either, because your perception, your body perception is not accurate. If you're like me, I can't see the weight loss. Not like, well, um, about 2 weeks ago was my husband's birthday, and so I'd lost 27, almost 30 pounds. So I dug out these old white capris that I used to wear a lot and tried them on. I couldn't get them to button. Couldn't get the button to even meet the hole. And so I was a little bit depressed about that. But I put them aside and forgot about it. And a few days ago, I was like, I don't really see the weight loss. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just try on those capris and see. That's how I can gauge how far along I am. And not only did I get them buttoned, but they were loose. So even though my eyes can't see it, I mean, the clothes aren't going to lie. And the scale's not lying. So don't let your mind fool you, because it will, and it can't. That's about all I have to talk about today. I'm probably not going to do a weekly update anymore, just because there's not a whole lot to talk about on a weekly basis anymore. Today was the last day for my food restriction. I can eat anything now except for steak and pork chops, which I wouldn't eat anyway, so that's not a big deal to me. So today was the last day of my restriction. I can have vegetables and salads and pasta and rice and crackers and bread and all that, but I'm not going to indulge in carbs, because carbs are crack to me. They are like a drug to me, and so I'm not even going to go there. I mean, it's just not worth it to me. White potatoes, white bread, white rice, pasta, it's not even a consideration for me, because I know that I'm like a drug addict when it comes to carbs, and even though um, my small stomach can't hold as much, it's still I'm afraid to go there with the carbs. So um, post questions or comments if you want. I'll probably update again in another month. So thanks for watching, you guys.